Wrenn kills our opponent. Hello my friends, it's Johnaroth, and today I'm playing with another new commander, and when I say new, I mean new to Arena. This card has been out in paper for a while, but they did just release several more cards onto Arena for us to play, and this is the very powerful Wrenn in 6. Wrenn in 6 is a legendary planeswalker for 1 red and 1 green. And for +1, you can return a target land from your graveyard to your hand. For -1, Wrenn in 6 deals 1 damage to any target. And then for -7, you get an emblem with instant and sorcery cards in your graveyard have retrace. And retrace means that you can cast a card from a graveyard if you discard a land and then pay the cost of the spell. Wrenn in 6 is a very, very strong planeswalker. The reason why is if you have lands that you put onto the battlefield that you can sacrifice, you know, pain land, fetch lands, those types of things, then you can use Wrenn to get out of the graveyard that land and play it again. So you have an everlasting flow of mana. And don't discount Wrenn's ability for -1 to do 1 damage. I don't even know how many Llanowar War elves or recently Row Fellows that I've killed using Wrenn in 6. This is a very strong commander. So around this deck, we have a ton of landfall or recycling from the graveyard type effects. Tanook can deal damage and draw you more cards with the more lands you play. Tireless Provisioner and Tireless Tracker can get you clues to draw cards, treasure, and food if you need it. Scoot Swarm is just an army in a can. You can make lots of insects. Ice Tilt Tiller Explorer can get you lots of cards from your graveyard. And then we have some stronger spells because we do have a lot of mana that we're going to go through in this deck. Primeval Titan can get you lands onto the battlefield. Lumra can do the same. Both of these are very strong creatures. Chandra can deal damage and can't be countered. Chandra Hope Beacon can also wipe out things and give you mana. The Great Henge gets you additional cards. And we do also have a couple burn spells in this deck just to kind of finish off your opponent with World Soul's Rage and then Banefire, which cannot be countered. So let us take the recently to Arena Wrenn in 6 and see if we can make some outlandish victories. Let's go. Our very first game is against Tifa. So basically a landfall deck. This hand does have some early removal for Tifa, so I'm going to go ahead and keep this. Verdant Catacombs we can get back with Wrenn in 6. Excavator can help us as well. Put down a land, pass the turn. Let me guess, Llanowar Elf, Delighted Halfling, oh, Utopia Sprawl, okay. Right, let's get our commercial district out and surveil. Ice Till Explorer, Unfortunately, with Tifa, we're probably gonna need some more removal. Get out our commander. Turn the land. Opponent's got a Llanowar Elf as well as Tifa on the battlefield. I do want to limit his mana as much as possible. So what I'm going to do is first we're going to have Wrenn kill the Llanowar Elf. Then I'm going to kill off Tifa. Put down an Arid Mesa and pass the turn. I'm hoping he just casts Tifa again. Oh, Mossborn Hydra. That's scary. Yikes. Okay, and an adventuring gear. Let's crack our arid mesa here. And get a stomping grounds. Oh, decisions. We can kill the Hydra off. Which would buy us another turn. I think it's probably worthwhile to do so. Let's go ahead and kill the Hydra. And then we're going to put down the verdant catacombs. Let's crack that. This is where the game starts to get a little scary, though. We're going to take back our... Doesn't really matter. Catacombs is fine. Yeah, and that's enough to win our first game. Wrenn continuing to get us lands was crucial. Our commanders was a crucial part of that deck. Having early removal against a Tifa Lockhart deck is crucial. If you don't, you will die. Good game. In this game, it is Wrenn 6 versus Wrenn 6. We do have a turn 1 Ragavan, so I have no choice but to keep this. Ragavan's almost like our sub-commander here. We do have some early removal as well. Let's put this down, get out Ragavan, and win the game. I don't know what happened there. We didn't play our Ragavan, but I think our opponent maybe just didn't want to fight the mirror deck. I don't know if you guys get mirrored against the same type of deck that you have. Sometimes I like playing it because you can see what types of cards they have and it gives you good ideas for your deck, but other times you just want to play against something else. So I respect my opponent's decision to scoop. Good game. In this game, we're fighting a very scary commander, Tiamat. Oh, this hand would be perfect if we had a mountain. This hand is really good, but we need a mount. I'm gonna try it. This is incredibly risky. I don't recommend keeping a hand like this normally, but I'm gonna do it for the sake of the video, just to kind of highlight some of the power that this deck has. Tiamat is basically a 7/7 dragon, costs 7 mana, but you can get 5 dragons onto the battlefield. Okay, we actually really lucked out. We were not punished for kind of playing a risky hand. Let's get the stomping ground out and get out our commander so we can start getting more lands back. Let's pull our verdant catacombs back to our hand and hit our opponent for 1. Tiamat's gonna get scary really quickly, so we gotta move on this. Opponent puts down a tapped land. Let's get out our Bristly Bill here. Put down a land. Let's put some counters on our Allosaurus Shepherd. We gotta start doing some damage. Let's crack our verdant catacombs. Go for the Surveil land. Pump up our Allosaurus Shepherd again. Mycospawn. We could exile land if we can kick it. It's almost like a Stone Rain against our opponent. I think we will keep this. Let's get our verdant catacombs back again. Let's hit our opponent. We have to kill our opponent before they start getting out some of those big dragons. Opponent's gonna cultivate, which is scary. Let's see, we need 6 mana to kick the Mycospawn. That is going to be tough to do. Let's get out Tanook. We'll put down the Verdant Catacomb. We're going to put some more tokens on the creatures that we're attacking with. Let's crack our Verdant Catacombs again, as we have done every single turn this game. Let's put it on Tanook. Hit him again. Let's get our Verdant Catacombs back. Let's swing in for 6 and hope he does not have a board wipe. I'm pretty confident as long as he does not have a board wipe, we can probably close this game out. But we'll see. We've got 9 damage here. We can put down a Verdant Catacombs, hit him for a couple more. Having a Banefire up. He does have 5 mana, which is a lot. Okay, Dark Ritual. Uh-oh. Miriam Sentinel Worm. Really good card, but I do think we've got this game. Do we have this game? Ancient Tomb we can put down and do 4 damage with the Banefire. Technically 5 damage with the Banefire. I think we've got enough here. Let's put down the Ancient Tomb first. I'm going to put the token on the Allosaurus Shepherd. Hit him for 1. Let's swing in with everything. He's going to block Bristly Bill. He's not going to block anything? Dude. You're at 1. Wrenn kills our opponent. Death by Wrenn in 6. Ping him for 1. I think our opponent, if you looked at the very end of that game, our opponent kind of glanced at our commander and then realized we could do 1 damage to them. But then we also had the Banefire, which could kill our opponent. We also could have kicked the Myco Spawn to kill off one of his lands so he couldn't summon Tiamat or maybe one of the bigger dragons, but we definitely had him on that game. It's important when you fight a really big commander that you kill your opponent as quickly as possible so that they just don't get that benefit out of it. Good game. We go first. We have a turn 1 Ragavan again. For some reason, I am drawing Ragavan a lot. That's not a bad thing. I'm going to keep this. If I have a turn 1 Ragavan, most of the time I'm going to keep it, quite honestly. Our opponent could have like a Lightning Bolt or a Fatal Push, but I have to risk it on something like this. It's just so worthwhile. Our opponent hasn't scooped yet, so he probably has some sort of removal here. Okay, Blood Crypt. All right. Opponent didn't do anything. Let's put down a Verdant Catacombs. Let's crack that. Our opponent's going to let us rout because I'm going to get an untapped land. I'm going to cast Vial, which puts us at 3 permanent mana already. These games are just so quick. They're just so quick, but Ragavan's kind of our second commander, so good game. Oh, this will be an interesting matchup. Basically a landfall deck versus a landfall deck. Do I want to keep this hand? Delighted Halfling is good. Courser can get lands off the top of our deck. I'm going to try this, but really our only win con is Scoot Swarm here. We are going to try it, though. Okay, our opponent's going to use Utopia Sprawl. He could get out Tanook next turn. Let's cast Delighted Halfling. The question is do we want to play our commander or do we want to play the Courser? Both are good choices. I think I'm probably, let's see, she starts at 3, we'll be at 4, 2. Opponent's going to cast his commander. We kind of lucked out in that we drew a Flame Slash, which is really good. Let's get out Wrenn here. I'm going to put down the Windswept Heath. We're going to activate this, go for a Stomping Grounds. We're going to kill off Tanook. We are going to get back our full land here. Get the Windswept Heath back, keep the mana flowing. That did set our opponent back a little bit, which is great. Unfortunately, he has an Ice Till Explorer, which is not good. We don't have an easy way of dealing with the Ice Till Explorer, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and cast the Blossoming Tortoise. Did get an Ancient Tomb out, which is great. We'll also get to pull land back. Oh, but we don't have any. Just gonna trigger it anyway. So I'm at 0. We have all this mana, but not really anything to do with it, unfortunately. Our opponent's going to get 2 lands on the battlefield, too, this turn, which is really scary. Opponent's going for his commander again. Don't blame them. Our opponent is getting really lucky in milling lands off the top. I mean, that's unfortunate. Gonna play another land. We're getting beat up here a little bit. I wonder if we can sucker our opponent into blocking our Blossoming Tortoise. We'll see. Okay, so he's got an Arboreal Grazer. He can play, look at this. Look how many lands he has. We did not do so well on this go round, but that's okay. Mossborn Hydra is pretty good. I am a little worried about our next turn, but we're going to go ahead and go for the Mossborn Hydra anyway. Put down the Windswept Heath. Double the power. Get a forest. Let's swing in with the Blossoming Tortoise here. I'm hoping he blocks with one of his 2 main creatures, but we'll see. Pump up the Hydra again. The Hydra is basically our only way that I really see us winning this. Let's draw land back. Oh, wait. We can't. Okay, so do we... I think we get out the Courser. The Faithless Looting is going to be a good card as well, but I really am going to be depending on this Mossborn Hydra to carry us through. He could kill us this turn. That is very possible. He can play 2 lands a turn. Tanook deals damage with each land. It just depends what he has in his hand right now. If we can make it to our turn, I think we can potentially win this. Okay, he has a Tally. All right. Wasn't that lucky? He had just he drew. Ugh, gross. Okay, we're probably in trouble here. We're definitely in trouble here. Gonna attack us with both of those. That's fine. We'll block Tanook. I don't know how we're gonna deal with a Tally, if I'm being honest with you here. We can get out Tanook and start doing some damage back. Get out a Scoot Swarm here. Start making some more bugs. Yeah, I don't think we can win this. I really don't. Let's return a land to our hand. We could Faithless Looting, but we're not going to have any mana to do anything, so I'm just going to hold up for now. See what our opponent does here. Okay, our opponent has an Oracle Medea, so he'll be able to play like 3 or 4 lands this turn. Luckily, our opponent it doesn't seem like they drew any lands, potentially, which is good. We might be able to win this turn, potentially. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Our opponent's debating whether to attack with a tally or keep it back as a blocker. We have to do 13 damage to our opponent on this next turn, or we're dead. If we draw like a Bane Fire or something like that, we can win. Our opponent seems stuck on whether or not to send a tally our way or not. Honestly, our opponent could even be bluffing. They might have like a card in their hand that could get them a land, and if we take the damage, we could just lose due to Tanuk's pinging ability, but I don't think so. He could have a rampant growth or something like that, but I don't think he does. Has our opponent given up on us? Come on, King of Kicks. Don't give up that easily. We're not going to block that, so... Okay, so how do we win? First, I'm going to put down a... We're going to gain some life, make some bugs. Man, I really wish we could draw a Bane Fire. That would end the game right now. Our opponent, I think, is giving up. Yeah. And what we'll probably end up doing, our opponent gave up on us. What we'll probably end up doing, cracking the land to get another card on top. We can use Faithless Looting to draw new cards. Hopefully draw a damage card. Swing in with all our creatures. I think we can kill our opponent this turn. I think it's very doable, and I think our opponent realizes that as well. That was somewhat of a close game, though. Good game. Okay, our next game is against Winter Misanthropic Guide. This hand is okay. If we surveil, it's still a little slow. I'm gonna mulligan. This hand is also slow, but at least we can get back a tap land. Let's go ahead and put down the Misty Rainforest and go for our surveil land here. Elvish Reclaimer could be really good. We can use that to get a strip mine out. See what our opponent does here. Llanowar Elf. Put down a Stomping Ground, and I'm going to go ahead and get out our commander. I am going to go ahead and kill the Llanowar Elf because I really don't want him to have mana ready to go. If we can get out the Elvish Reclaimer... Okay, opponent's going to faithlessly loot. And go for a strip mine. That would be great. Let's find out what happens here, though. Birds of Paradise. I have to kill these mana dorks. I have to. Let's go ahead and kill off his Birds of Paradise. I don't want him having mana dorks out. Pass the turn. We do have a lightning bolt up in case he gets some sort of other threat here. Opponent has a Termagoyf. Yikes. That is a big Termagoyf too. So what do we do here? I'm going to go ahead and get out the Hydra. And I'm going to go ahead and return one of our lands here. Put down this land. We'll pump up our Hydra. Our opponent can swing in and kill Wrenn, but it may be worth it. With the Oracle Madiah, we might be able to just kill our opponent potentially. We'll see. It depends on what he does this turn. Do I think it's worthwhile to block? The Elvish Reclaimer can get us strip mine. We can start destroying our opponent's lands. Let's see. I am going to go ahead and block. I am going to try to keep Wrenn alive here. Our opponent's at 21. He has a removal spell for our Hydra, though. We will be in trouble. Opponent has Winter onto the battlefield here. Let's put down an Oracle. Let's put down a Verdant Catacombs. Now we're going to return another land, the Misty Rainforest. We're going to put that down as well. We're going to crack the Verdant Catacombs for a forest. And our Hydra is going to become a 64-64 with Trample. Swing in, game's over. Good game, Winter. You get to go first against Rofellos. Relatively new card, which was actually banned in Commander. This hand is pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and keep this because our commander can actually deal with Rofellos. We'll go ahead and get a forest here. I played the tap land first. Now we're going to put down our commander and get back a land. Let's return the Overlook to our hand. Rofelos is a 2/1. If you tap, you can add mana for each forest you have. So very, very powerful card. We are going to go ahead and kill off Rofelos. Then I'm going to Stone Rain our opponent, getting rid of one of his forests, putting him back down to 1 mana, and win the game. Whew. It's good to control the mana. If you can get off to an early lead with Stone Rain type cards or Strip Mine or those types of things, your opponent just he's not going to recover from that. Even if he plays another land, he'll probably have like some sort of mana dork. We can Flame Slash that and get another land back into our hand. Eventually we'll have out Lumra and it'll just be lights out. So good game. Thank you, my friends, for watching another one of my videos. This one featuring Wrenn 6. Wrenn 6 is very strong. I would put Wrenn 6 at probably a low A tier as far as power level goes. Once I finished my final revision of this deck, and for those who watch my channel, you know I do a lot of tweaks and changes to come up with an optimal build. My win ratio with this deck was very, very high, and being able to just continually pull lands from the graveyard over and over, getting rid of mana dorks, those types of things, it's just a very powerful card, and I highly recommend playing it. I did play against a variety of different opponents when I was paired up, but I do think Wrenn 6 will eventually be moved up in the power tier and be paired up against higher level decks because it's just so strong. The deck list is in the description below. Please don't forget to like. Please don't forget to subscribe. Please don't forget to leave a comment talking about Wrenn 6 or a commander you'd like me to look into, or why you feel like donuts are the perfect food each and every day. I don't really care as long as I get to talk to you, part of the Magic community. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.